Hello, beautiful internet, wherever you are. Welcome back. It's Gintu. Back again, enjoying myself from the fish ponds here, getting the natural and cool air, one-on-one live. I know right now going to be surprising much of the demagogues. And we have been, people think about they're going to be owning everything. Sometimes you have to understand whom are you going to be intimidating or accusing at each kind of the moment. Somebody is talking about Gintu, you know my true colors. Do you know mine? Have you ever seen mine? You understand some people think about, you're going to think about money. I'm not interested with the money. And what you're interested is, do you have the humanity of interestment about other people? Because you might be talking about, you know my true colors. How do you think about I know you? Because there's nothing you offer to my own society. And thinking about you're going to be filming, even you are just filming things that are not even relevant, whereby you are filming people's compounds and people's, we know any kind of the concept from there. And you're talking about, you know my color. You understand what you're even talking about. And you understand the real G. And you understand who I am. And there's nothing you can come out and talk about you're going to be intimidating into. My friend, sometimes you look for another thing to do. If you don't understand the real character and the real model of Gintu, who I am, maybe you look for somebody who can just elaborate it cleanly and teach you about the duration of Gintu and the titulations of Gintu. Because when it comes to writing the chemical formula of understanding properly who you are, I understand. Don't think about anybody is just interested in terms of filming the property you're talking about, lighting and giving people exploitations and buying lands because of cheap things, talking about ABCD. I've seen he's talking about I am a hater. I'm not interested about that. If somebody has reached out and talked about Gintu, can we go and ask the family if they need to be helped, not the conditions that are always coming in. Somebody's talking about, oh, Gintu now, all the things are just rampant and brought to Gintu. I'm not interested about whatever you'll be speaking. Because already your team hates me. There's nothing you can be talking about, you're going to be talking about here. So let nobody think about I'm intimidated that, oh, Gintu will lose subscribers, oh, Gintu will do whatever. I lost the subscribers those days, not today. And if they think about they're going to be talking about how it's going to be, much of the people also, they are watching Gintu, because there's nobody can come and talk about, oh, everybody will just like you. Not everybody. And the people are watching you and they see what you're doing, stupid things, and to the ecosystem here. And we want to be rectifying everything to the sequence. You think about, you're talking about Gintu is filming some people's property. Matiko's home is your property. What a stupid hell some people are going to be popping out. If you have not urinated, my friend, go and urinate and come back and video. Because sometimes you understand whenever the epididymis is always covered with a lot of the insensitive things. Talk about the bilirubin want to do its own course, biliverdin want to do its own, and also talk about if they're going to be coloring the feces. You are now coming out and talking about, oh, you understand, let the bilirubin and the biliverdin do their own work before you come to the camera and speak. Because I don't have any kind of the hate of anybody. If I'm told, Gintu, can you talk to these people? I went and I called the mom and I talked to her. Can I have a speaking to you? Let me get direct to the point here. Because people cannot get it because they've been challenged with the mentality and they think about, oh, Gintu he might be a bad person here. I called the mom and I talked to her. Please, and it's not an emphasis. It was a request, and I said it. If you need to talk to me, I'm giving you a chance, and there's somebody who wants to speak to you through me. And this person wants to talk to you things that are essential and things which will change your lives for an entire life. The mom accepted and came to my fish ponds here. And I called the sponsor to speak to the sponsor direct, and I was at that far corner. The sponsor spoke to the mom, and the mom accepted, and we requested, are we going to be shooting the video so they can just show these people like there's no conditions that we're going to be coming into your life with. And we're going to be doing things which are changing lives, not coming and picking. Today you are talking about, oh, pick this kind of, oh, I have called the sponsor, I've said I take this kind of the cows to the media. That's not a surprise. That is stupid surprise of conditions. And this is what we are ever fighting for. Stupidity and bringing things we think about you're going to be owning the village. We don't allow that one. Because as far as you're talking about Gintu A, Gintu B, Gintu C, this fish pond, look at where they are. Look at talk about that's the home to the dancing mom. And somebody's talking about, oh, A, B, C, D. The land of dancing mom, we are, we are opposite. My side to this river, and the talk about the dancing mom to the other side. That's the side to the dancing mom. So you are coming to talk about A, B, C, D, and yet things are always, and you understand, I'm the one who is very close to them. And you're talking about the Gintu went with the cooking oil. Yesterday, I never even planned of doing anything because I was to speak with the mom to make sure they're going to be agreeing to the terms and conditions, which is, are we going to be doing A, B, C, D at this? So my terms and condition was get the mom and we speak to her. And the thing is, if she accepts, we now open the doors. That were the conditions that were coming from the sponsor to Gintu about how it should be. If the mom denies, let us leave it. Because the condition was, if she denies the call, we leave her. And if she accepts, we go on. And the mom accepted. So the terms and conditions were dropped at that point because she accepted already. And I went direct to the point, and I had to make sure that I'm going to be speaking to the mom direct about what has to be told. I've seen yesterday as I went there, I shot a video and so many things were being excavated. Those things that were never heard out of the camera. You're talking about paying of the money. You have never communicated to the boy. Talking about, I want to open an account. And account, Matiko has an ID. Why can't you go and talk about, Matiko, I want to register with your ID in this bank. And after collecting this kind of the money, I'm going to be doing something else. You are registering an account and talking about you're going to be opening an account to Matiko. Yet you're using your own ID, your own details. Which kind of an account are you opening to such kind of a person? So don't think about people are fools and stupid the way you might be, because people are learned. We might not be talk about maybe having so many funds because you're coming from maybe the family which have funds. But the good thing that you have to understand is one. Not everybody will be fooled the way you're going to be fooling other people. Because you might think about, people might think about you're going to be so educated, but I don't think if you can bust to me, because if I look how the condition is, you are a very little boy in terms of maybe even the knowledge. It's only like people going to be following. You understand sometimes God understands why He's going to be using you. So as we can rectify and show out the real postquams and the real people who are contradicting the village too. And I'm not here to disarm anybody and talk about ABCD. And I'm not here for the fight because there's nothing I'm going to be fighting for because I'm not the one sponsoring. The thing is, we have to understand each other and we have to come to the same page. If you have seen, you have lost one of the family that you are using as a target, leave it now. And you are trying to contradict family to family. When you are taking, like me, I take somebody's assets, I take them to another person and talk about, oh, this thing should sit there because I've got them from another person, or I have grabbed another person, I get them to another person and talk about, oh, this kind of things, let them stay there. You are contracting a collusion, and you're contracting mayhem to evolve and evokement that's going to be coming from the same village. Talk about taking some of the cows from Matiko's mother, taking them to the dancing mom. What did you show? Even she's not called a dancing mom. That's even disrespecting her. She's called I think Garasi. She's called such kind of a name. And coming to Boke, she's called Boke, exactly. Boke Gisinge. She's called that way. And when you're talking about dancing mom, you think about you are giving her the name, but is a stupid and stupid names. You're coming out. Why can't you call somebody by his name or her own name? You're calling people dancing. Why can't you call her? She's called Boke. Why can't you call her about talk about Boke mom or mom Boke? That's the only thing that could be coming out. But why do you want to use much of the people and talk about, oh, you know, this cow should be staying here, this kind of the moment, and A, B, C, D. And at that kind of the juncture of the moment, you are causing, and they are so related, very close neighbors. And what do you want to cause at that kind of the moment? You're talking about, oh, Gintu has brought much of the cooking oil. At least I could give them what I could be having at that moment, what they could have. Talking about they could even they could get at that moment, but you could not be there to give them. And I was not even prompted to give them anything at that kind of the moment, because it was a talk. After the talking, we process what's going to be coming out. Let you see how you're going to be changing and getting things to the clear pathway. Because some people think about it that the only people who can change other people's life. No, that's not the true picture of the color. And to the real way of understanding and estimating things, we have to clearly come out and understand what we're going to be doing, at which particular moment and at how. And at this kind of the moment, let me spill it out. You know, what is failing our village mostly is when we are having illiterate people, number one. We are having so many liquored people, number two. And if we follow the channel, we're going to be understanding the real thing from the corners. These boys, they have been running east, west, and south, following one gentleman, east, west, and south, and they could not be having anything to offer. At large, they are exploited and liquored, and they are given too much liquor, lose their senses, come out and be exploited and selling the land. The target is buying and getting cheaper land. At the end, they will be talking about, I have ever been helping you. Why can't you cut and minimize or lower the price so as I can just buy it, because I've been helping you? Because they know and they understand the target is one. Let these people be liquored and be stupid to the environment. We occupy all the spaces, we buy all the lands, because we understand they're the only people who are buying much of the lands, which are having so much contentment of the time. Like, when we handle much of the cases and we understand, ask them a title deed. Nobody has a title deed, and I tell you as a fact, nobody has. But they could come out clearly and talk about, oh, you know, this land belongs to me. Show me your title deed. Show me your title deed, if you have it. It's only coming out and telling and lying to the faces of the people that, oh, I have owned this kind of the land. We are talking about I just trespassing to your own territory. Which territory do you have here? Or do you own Matiko's home? And the good fact is, maybe it was the last time you were ever shooting the video from there. And if you think about, you might be owning the police, I'm very sure about you might be messing also. Because I'm not interested when you talk about the police, because I know them, as you know them also. And if you think about intimidating him so as you can just go with all of this kind of the things. You're talking about I've been with your brother. How does your brother get into my own entitlement? And the real fact is you're ungrateful people. People try to give you what is essential at the moment and try to even go with how you want them to go. Using them the way you want to use, but now getting to an extent of now misusing them. You think about they're like drugs. You want even to use them like something else. You think they're like women. And you're talking about helping Matiko. Taking over the wife of Matiko. Are you helping Matiko? Going and getting this kind of the lady into sex videos, sex tapes, getting them to OnlyFans, and sending this kind of the videos to Norway. And you're talking about, oh, you understand, I'm helping. You are helping And people cannot see, and they're talking about, you are just there to help. Help what? Right now, Murimi is crying out there. He's talking about how is it possible at the moment. How is it possible? You have taken the wife of Murimi also. And they are just in Sirari border here. And what are they there for? You have seen how capable they are to do this kind of the stuffs so they can just send to Norway and just make sure that things are going to be coming out. You are there to use them for your own benefit. To see that you're going to be extending your own story building and continue buying cheaper lands from the same two people. There's nowhere else he has been buying as far as or at the pinpointment to the Mamboke, whom they're calling here Dancing Mom. She has refused to sell the land because there's a young boy who is there. This young boy is called Ezi. I knew him. Even the time he started bringing some of 2-3 things to the Dancing Mom here, I was there and I know. I was even supporting her as usual. And at least the things that you can be given and they cannot be reclaimed. Like I can give you a cooking oil that you can use and I cannot claim for it. Than being given a bigger price like a cow and I reclaim for those kind of the cows. What are you benefiting from? We are becoming a stupid village also. At that extent, I come vividly and I say, we will never ever sit down and check this kind of the exploitations happening. You know, one thing people have to understand is that these gentlemen, they think about their only own subscribers who need to help and who have the courtesy of humanity to help. The subscribers are loyal people. They understand what you talk about and they understand because of seeing the condition of that person. And they're helping, maybe their own entitlement of helping is to talk about these people can change. But now you go to an extent of having too much momero, too much urge, or too much appetite of this kind of the things that are coming. To an extent even, you want the bribe so you can just give unto them. What happened to Murimi? Murimi was bribed to go and liquor and forget the wife. They extend the land. They do what is not necessary. The wife was given money to accept. She go to border and be rented there. Whatever she's doing there, it's only God knows. What they are filming there, it's only God knows. And where this kind of the videos are uploaded unto, it's only God knows. And to the real fact, if we be the alerts and come to the real senses of the day, we will come to understand the exploitation that's happening to the village. And to the real fact, I've never gone to any kind of the home that I've ever been sent to go and with a surprise. I reach there, then I ask for their staffs and talk about all these kind of the people. I've been handling the case of the family that was having some jiggers. And what I can say is I've been given money even to give her and talk about no, don't do this, don't even tie this kind of the child. But at long last, do I go and talk about, okay, I go and I find she has tied. Have I ever claimed for the money? Because if the money belongs to that person, it belongs to them. But don't come out and exploit other people and talk about, oh, you understand, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing this. Shooting their videos from their compounds, 2-3 videos a day. Including even today, he went even to force them. Talk about, I want to talk to you, I want to talk to you, I want to talk to you. And at the real sense of the matter, you want to film them. That is what is there. And it might be the last moment you are there. Because they think about they are only people who face the police and they can only talk to the police and they can handle matters with the police. Oh my living God. Things are going to be changing. And we are not interested with stupid things you're going to be doing and loitering around and talking about. You are even not shooting your own home, even shooting your own family on how dirty they might be, on how misbehaviors they might be doing. and how dictatorship they're ever subjecting to the village. You're ever shooting other people's properties and shooting other people's compounds and their selves and talking about, oh, you know, I'm the one who's going to be helping them in what? When Matiko, you talked about you're going to be helping Matiko to the rehab, everybody supported that. Everybody said, yeah, you are doing a better thing, including me. I said it. You're doing a better thing to improve it. If Matiko going to be getting to a rehabilitation center, so as he can just get the rehab medics and come back while he's good. Matiko was dumped there. People contributed for the money, so as he can just pay for Matiko's bills and also register Matiko and make sure that everything is sorted out. But at long last, Matiko was heaped, deposited like money, and he was left to rest and wait for it to develop and also mature, so it can just be given out as a check. At the fight, and we have to fight the moment. Because if we be crazy, we be stupid, we be lazy, illiterate, we be used, and thinking about what we're going to be having, we're going to be our own slaves of the matters. Like, oh, we should be our own slaves at this moment, at the other moment. Every time we should be our own slaves. We're going to be squatters. And we don't want to fall up to that point. Let everybody, like Matiko, what are they left with here? Nothing. It's just a piece of our land. And including people can buy, including the whole of the land, including they know this is the last land, even they can buy. And let them know that they're not the only people who are just buying lands in this area. We might be silent and doing the best. We might not be at the position of showing because it's not everything going to be shown, but we're going to be having a change. And when we say a change going to be coming, we have to go direct to it. The change is coming. And to the real fact, we'll start building for Matiko what they have ever been talking about. We're going to be not to do. We're going to be supporting Matiko to make it happen. And we know he leak us. Nobody doesn't know. But you're coming out to talk about, A, B, C, D. Somebody's coming extensively talking about, oh, he knows me. He knows my true colors. Which kind of a stupid boy is this? Somebody's thinking about, I don't know how he behaves. I don't know him. Is this the first time me meeting him? Is it the first time me living to their home? Is it the first time working with them? So sometimes let us not be fooled like stupid mongoots or mongooses. Because we know what is coming. And if you are told, carry your luggages and leave, can you leave, please? Why do you insist of the same home today, tomorrow but one? You are ever insisting to be there. And yet you have been told, take the cows out, take the motorbike, take the mobile phone. We're going to be buying everything. And Ginto is the front page to make sure that you're going to be looking as a shit. And right now, what is the best advice for him? Go sit down, eat, leave the bilirubins and biliverdins, intellectually comprehend, assessment, magnify, analyze the epididymis, and act properly and color the feces. Then you come out and say, this is the color of the feces, not to us. Because if you think about you're going to be lecturing to us, and you failed in your university, even the university, the college, the polytechnic you went, you failed, you never even finished, you hooked up people and talked about today I'm going for the graduation, and you're coming to tell us, oh, you understand, I graduated for what? Which kind of the course did you graduate from? Show people the certificate about it. Sometimes act properly and act normally, because I will not be there to see this kind of the interjunctioning stupidity prevailing to the village, because every time we will be exploited each and every kind of time, and we will not have any kind of the matter to go forward and just expose ourselves and talk about this is what I want to be doing at this moment. You're talking about, oh, the law going to be taking its course. Can you go to the law that you're talking about here? Because I never forced anyone to talk. Matiko was talking about even he was the one who came. When I called the mom, and the mom came to this corner, I was talking to her. When she was accepting under the donor, the sponsor was talking, communicating to her direct. Matiko appeared. And I asked Matiko, are you willing? Because if you're not willing, you're not needed at this platform right now. Because I was asking the mom to go and talk to Matiko and the father. If they will accept, I will just go there and shoot a video with their own permission and make sure that everything is put to the position of understanding each other. But an extent when Matiko came, we talked about Gintu, I've been looking for you. This kind of the person has made my life terrible. I is stressed. Even I can just go back to the same body was having before the rehab. And when people are just not understanding the real fact about what happened with the rehab and how Matiko was just taken from the rehab and how I was sent, me and Ernest. Ernest, I was told, Gintu, can you go to the rehab and bring Matiko back? I talked about, I have already another job at Matiko's home and I cannot leave it not been done. The person talked about, can I pick you or I pick Ernest? I talked about pick Ernest to go to the rehab. And also because he had already talked about he's going to be getting from the rehab, let him go and continue with that process. Let me install whatever was not in the house, including I bought a bed, a mattress, and much of the things that could be so beneficial whenever you're going to be coming from the rehab. We talked to Matiko and talked about can you change, including there are some of the expensive tablets I saw Ernest having. Talking about these tablets cost a lot of money. And if you drink and take them or consume this kind of the drugs, it will have things to cause of you because it will alter your normal functioning of the body, and also you might paralyze or become something else, if I can remember. And we said to Matiko, please, I can even offer you a job. I was at, I think it was now getting to the plastering of the G Castle. I asked him if he could just be willing. I don't force. Come and I'll just give you a job. You will be doing, even if it's per month. I'll be paying you per month as you're going to be doing the job of the whatever you want to do. Even if it's construction or doing the job at my home, it will be so beneficial to you. And Matiko accepted. At long last, Matiko went back to the same society I talk about here. And when I talk about the same society, I mean this. As they went and they progressed with the videoing and also doing what was necessary at the moment, and again the boy was lured going back to them and being exploited. Now he liquored more properly than the starting of his life. It could not be more possible if we come out absolutely at this moment and say it this way. This is the time we have to understand. If somebody has promised that this kind of the stuff has to go at this point, has to go to another point, and has to be done at this moment, let it not be exploited in a manner like, now you think about Gintu going to be using you or using this kind of a person for my own benefit. No, I don't even benefit from anything there. It's only an absolute manner to handle and reach whatever is necessary. Everybody has his own selection. I want to be doing this at this moment. I want to do this at this rate. And I will expect myself to be in this position to rectify which is not there and change my own life, because everybody has his own life. But if you think about, oh, right now you're going to be talking about this, you're going to be going up to this, my friend, that's not the approximate way of handling matters. And exploitation and conditions is the stupidest manner that you're going to just subject to somebody because of intruding into their own lives and talking about you're going to be helping them. That is not the subsequent matter of the time. Back to the society. When I come back to this kind of the fish farm, I've checked much of the things, how they surround and how they do and how they go. I want to be Also, you know, people think about you might not own a land or do whatever. What I can say is they have to look for it keenly. Because at the moment, the fence is fencing right now, and I'm going to be fencing the whole land. And it belongs to me. And even the way I just bought this kind of the land, it's not the way they're just buying some cheap lands here and talking about, they are having money to buy some lands. The way I bought this land, it was more expensive than the exploitation they're just doing to the other people here. Because the land owns a lot of money with the fish ponds here. And to the real fact, they think about they're going to be only people going to be sponsoring. Let me say this kind of the story. When I was starting a YouTube channel, I was ever saying that I want to fence this kind of the land. And including when somebody was talking about Gintu is A, B, C, D and grateful, they said, oh, Gintu will never do anything, will never fence. I don't rush with things. If the time reaches for Gintu to make it happen, this is what's going to be happening. I've already fenced it properly. And including making sure that I've subjected everything where necessary. So not anything somebody can just come out and talk about, oh, you're going to be doing this at this kind of the rate. Including at this kind of the moment, let me tell you. They have sent somebody who is listening to Gintu what he's talking about at this kind of the time. And this is the fact. As I'm looking to the far point of the topper section, I can see somebody standing and waiting and looking and hearing what Gintu is speaking here. And they're just hiding in maize. They think about Gintu is stupid the way they might be. I have a clear clue and a clear way of seeing what's gonna be happening. And I understand. Bro, if you wanna be coming, come, bro. If you wanna be listening to Gintu, come and listen. Don't think about you can just hide and talk about everything gonna be happening. It's just here in this kind of the maize plantation here. That's why you saw I walked from the motorbike there to come and face the guy live. Because guys, you know what is stupid? Is whereby the other land belongs to Marwa, this land belongs to me. That's the fact. And people want to be used in a way that like we don't know each other. This is my land. This is their land. Very meticulous. So what kind of a thing do you think about you're going to be talking about ABCD? This is Gintu's land. That maize is Marwa's land. So what is it? So do you think about Gintu should be enclosed this kind of the circle? I'm very sorry about that. If you are thinking about, oh, Gintu should not be passing. Once more, let me get back to the motorbike. As this kind of the demagogues could just continue looking at me and think about I'm just interested with the young boys here and stupid mongoots. Let them try, because you know, people think about, whenever they see you, they think about there's something they can do to you so that they can just get themselves happy. Let them try. Because I'm not interested with the young boys here. Because I know myself. Exactly. And I've parked my bike here, very meticulous. I'm looking forward to understand what's going to be popping out to the nation. And also people around, because you cannot talk about how Gintu should sit here. I cannot look at Maro there, I cannot look at Dancing Mama, I cannot look at Matiko. And Matiko's plot, this is the Matiko's plot, which is here. This is Matiko's father's plot. Talk about ancestral land. It is here, up to the river. So between the river and me, and the person who is coming a kilometer away from here, who is nearness to each kind of the people. And I wanted to have a short story that most of the people are thinking about. You know, the stupidest thing that people might be thinking and they don't understand critically is whereby whenever they talk about a police, now a person can shiver, a person can find himself in a fear. So as you can fear them and talk about, oh, they're going to be calling police. Oh, everybody has a phone call to the police. Everybody. I've seen all this kind of the traits. Talking about, oh, you're going to be getting into arrested, A, B, C, D, so many things. But not at this moment. I'm talking about a person has allowed himself to be filmed, the home, and they want a new life. You're calling people ungrateful. What have you done the best to their life? Let us ask for that. If we could talk about Matiko has changed from liquor, we could say I have changed and transformed Matiko from liquor. He can no longer liquor at this moment. And that is the energy that I've placed to my own self to make sure that Matiko doesn't liquor. So Gintu, don't come into this kind of the life of them, because I've changed, I've used a lot of money. Which kind of the money? Buying a motorbike, 162,000. And again coming with it and again claiming for the money. And after claiming for the money, you are talking about they have opened a bank account. A bank account with their own ID. Bank account, and our boy here doesn't even know even to withdraw the money from the bank. Does he know? Have you ever gone with him to the bank and talked about, I want to be opening a bank account, but I will be the one having the account? Everybody should know I have his account. I'm the one who is protecting the money, or I have a PIN that is for this kind of the bank codes and the PIN codes of his own banking system, and everything will be just handled with me. But you are coming out to talk about you have opened a bank account for the boy, and even he doesn't understand. And you're talking about changing his life. If you're changing the life, why are you taking the motorbike that was given as a surprise? We don't need surprises. We want the support. Even to be surprised about, oh, I'm going to be buying this kind of the land, and it doesn't, the ownership is not yours. And you're talking about I've been bought a land. Stupid. And I've seen to the comment section, so many people are thinking about Gintu's ABCD. I'm not interested with whatever the comment section is talking about. As far as you are not in this village, you cannot give me a headache. As far as you cannot see, these are the arrow roots have been planted here to this river, and you are not around here to see them. And you cannot see this is a neem tree that is here at the middle of the fish ponds here. And you cannot see Gintu's fencing one-on-one. And somebody's commenting shit and thinking about Gintu gonna be breaking down the heart or ABCD. Postquams, interquams, crinking, crinkums. I'm not interested in the comment section. As far as the donkey dies, but the message is delivered. That is it. Because if we sit down and talk about, oh, you know, these people, they might go to the police, they might do this, we are being threatened, fearing, limited with the factors. Are we physics? Huh? Are we? If we could be given or we could be buying the air, my friend, we could have died already, because this world belongs to the man-eat-man society. And as far as everybody has accepted, the people who are to be helped have accepted Gintu. Who are you? You're talking about Gintu ABCD. As far as a person has come out, not like Gintu is the one. If I could be the one who could be helping Matiko one-on-one, I'm just a messenger. A messenger is not guilty. A message is to broadcast. Even if you want to call Gintu and talk about you're going to be changing their life today, I will go and subject them the way you want. And I ask them, there's another person who has come out and is talking about Gintu A, B, C, D. And to the comment section, I'm going to be subjecting to one person in the comment. I've seen a name called Aaron Maureen what? Maureen McKay. Something like that one. She's a woman, eh? Don't think I'm stupid the way you think about you will be using Gintu. And I'm telling her, because I know her. very well, and I know where you are coming from, and I know you, including your entire family. So when you think about you're going to be abusing Gintu in this kind of the platform, I'm very sorry. There's nothing you can ever hide in this world. Maureen McKay, in the comment section, always subscribing to Gintu. I knew you. You were even there. So don't think about you can abuse Gintu the way you think about because you are supporting the girlfriend. You think about Gintu is interested. Use your common brangata. Gintu is not stupid. One day you'll understand what I talk about. Because I see where some old people who grown fool, they can never see. You might be a grown-up, but you grown very foolish person. And don't think about you can intervene to the village here. We are the people at the village. I knew Matiko. I know even the brothers, how they were poisoned. I know everything. I came to the burial ceremony. It was even there. The burial ceremony was there, the brother to Matiko. He was called Cheiha. In tradition here, Cheiha is a person who is a little bit mentally challenged. Or, Cheiha is meaning twice. Cheiha number one is a person who, maybe the mentality, Cheiha, is that the mentality is not working properly. The common brangat, or the cerebellum, or the hypothalamus are not working in conjunction. Number two, Cheiha means the bees, if they've eaten the honey, we say in tradition, Cheiha. So he liked to say this kind of the stuffs, Cheiha, meaning the honey is not available. The honey has been eaten with the bees themselves. I know the brother. When configuratively, we are coming to this kind of the moment, subjecting ourselves and talking about, oh, how are you going to be balancing this? At which rate? Use the brawn. Let's go back and make it happen, eh? Exactly. Guys, to the little fact I was ever talking about here, the people are talking about they know Matiko's life more properly than us. Do they know how many brothers Matiko had? Do they know that the sister to Matiko, who is always filmed there, was once married with my brother at my home there, but things went abroad? Very stupid. Guys, this is the sugarcane here. And I told you, I'm gonna be taking the land, and I've chased the Congrats dad immediately. And he's not allowed to be here. I've sold the sugarcane to another person. That is the good fact about it. Because we have been measured, he thinks about, he has only weeded his own land there. But this land, I told him he cannot ever attempt. And this sugarcane I've also sold them because they can produce the third time. I have sold it, this sugarcane, to another person. I don't want to see him here. And that's the fact. Because if we entertain with stupidity, they'll take us in a granted way. I told him, get out this kind of the stuff that were here. Because there's nothing ever again us. And imagine, he was coming back to ban so they can just split and come out in another module. How stupid people might be. And a person is always talking about, he was the one who was ever been running east, west, and south and coming to my home, A, B, C, D. Which is the stupidest matter ever possible. Everybody handles his own things the way they want to handle. They're talking about, oh, hey, Gintu is trespassing. His father is using this is the highway that is passing here to this kind of the plot of my father here. And is using this road to transport. It's called brown sugar that is going to formulate in fractional distillation liquor. And the sugarcane is there. And is the one who is producing it. Even I've taken over because let even it be and we can cut it to people and eat. Because there's no matter of we can just be handling matters and talk about, oh, how you going to be doing this? We are ever talking about this. You are exploiting our lives. We are talking about this. You are the person making it and your children are coming to exploit our lives. And you're talking about, oh, we're going to be using you in this module, ABCD, stupidity of the highest order. Let everybody stick to your position. The sugarcane doesn't belong to him. And it was a warning. Guys, if you could be there when my colors are always changing, even the person, I just sympathize with the boy is telling me, oh, he knows my true colors. Your true colors? Ask your father and tell you the true colors of me. When I subject myself and I tell you I don't need you. That is it. And it's always a period. And I always mean it. Let us not think about, and these kind of the things are the ones that are causing mayhems. Every time now and again. Every time now and again. So you'll find it will be like a fight. Like Gintu is, Gintu, let me say it. Because this is the time. I was the one who started filming Matikos, and also I was the one who was supplying the greens, if you can remember. Even before AZ could go to their life of the dancing mom and change her life further. I was the one. I used to go around with the dancing mom, east, west, and south. And she was the one who was showing me, begin to help this home, begin to help this with the fabric, if you can remember. But now, they are following my projects. Whenever I pass through Matiko's home, and I want to be changing their life, giving them some greens, and doing ABCD, it was a little bit of that moment, because that is what I could afford at that moment. But at this moment now, we have diversified. So when we start to diversify, people are coming and talking about, oh, Gintu was not meant to diverse, Gintu was not meant to grow, ABCD. It's that one possible. That is called mayhems of the day. I will never be interpreted wrongly, and people talk about, oh, Gintu is bad in this community, ABCD, because of the failure of some reasons that we can even handle. I'm seeing a very report here right now. Let me say this. When we are talking about getting things getting forward, there's a time I went with Mr. Joseph. They came and grabbed Mr. Joseph. I talked about, okay. I was having some of the videos with talk about Murimi, so many people here. And they talked about, oh, we have to take over from Gintu. What is their mission is to take over whatever Gintu is doing and it's set with their own subscribers. Which is not a bad issue, as I said it to one of my videos. If I see development, I support it. But if I see exploitation and stupidity of community, I will never defend it. Let us stick to that point. Even the government has opposition, man, and this is not a government. And people think about Gintu as a reactor. I'm not even a hater. I don't hate anyone. The Vijuna was supplying with them some milk here. And they're talking about Gintu hates them. How can I hate you yet you are buying much of the milk from my home? I was supplying you with the milk. And somebody's talking about, oh, Gintu is hating this. It's a matter of what they know they are doing and exploiting. And when Gintu gets to that point, they understand me meticulously. And the good fact, this kind of the project they're going to be performing, it's going to be supported with the mom from UK, 100%. Trust Gintu. When I say it, I say it. When I say we're going to be doing this, we're going to do it. And we're going to be showing them the full respect of respecting the common mwananchi. Even if the government doesn't recall us interiorly, in reserve, but we can be recalled with the people around. As we said, don't think about you're the only person who can help. There are other people who can never be helped with you. They might be helped with the person whom you helped. Hey, Yawa, why can't you get that? As a simple term, from the common mwananchi ground, we are onto the ground and we know it. Please, subject yourself. If you know you have been denied from accessing, don't ever hate us for free. Hey, Yawa, don't think about you are bad to your life. No. Gintu has taken over. And if Gintu has taken over, has taken over. Correct? Thank you. Subscribe, like, share as we groove together as a team, as we make it happen, because we have the brighter future. Because today is today, and tomorrow gonna be another day. As we broadcast it and we come out vividly, one-on-one, it's underscore Gintu. Wherever you are, the opened and the openness, the doors are opened and they're opened fully to anyone to support. But as we don't have conditions. Hello, Internet. Welcome back. It's underscore Gintu, back to the studio, representing.